Blog Talk Radio.
Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. It's summer party. Grown and sexy, join the party. Good summer party. Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed.
Welcome to another Friday night at Pajama Party. This is Friday, the night before Christmas Eve.
All right now.
I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir.
All right. And let's see. We got a young lady from temp service that controls tonight. So
we're going to put you on the kissing list, Papa.
Well, we have a, I don't know.
No, we good. We're ready.
We good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's roll.
Someone at the controls is new, so if there's any flaws, just work with them, bear with them. The rundown. Do we have a rundown for tonight, or?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
We're going to play it by ear.
What's happening?
A little bit of everything.
Okay.
All right. How's everybody doing?
Good, good.
Everything is lovely.
All right, all right. The rundown tonight, hot topics. Woman faces lifetime ban from mall. Texas cop arrests black mother and suspect arrested in road rage case. Our hit it and quit it headlines. Minnesota cop requests new judge. New Missouri law would give kids criminal record. Trump's New York co-chair says negative things about Miss Michelle Obama. Duke suspends Grayson Allen. Really? What's poppin' with Poppa DD? He's going to talk about roadblocks. Our weird news. Man wins okay to wear goat horns for licensed photo. Okay. Man robs bank wearing Santa mask. And IKEA tells customers to stop sleepovers in their stores.
Who knew?
I'm just saying with Redwine, March on. Living for the City with Poppa DD. He got a surprise for us. My Hollywood wrap-up, I got some good news, bad news, a little bit of Hollywood news. Cocktail of the week, it's called a spiked eggnog. Kiss it list, and the last word. Sit back, relax, get your favorite cocktail, and we're going to come back with the hot topics.
Girl, what are you using on your skin? And your hair looks so thick and beautiful.
I've got a secret.
I know you're going to share it with your girl.
Well, just between you and me, I found a new product that makes my skin glow and my hair fabulous, too. It's bull semen.
No bull. Stop playing.
For real. Bull semen gives me this glow and keeps my skin nice and soft and feeling good.
Where in the world did you get bull semen?
From a bull, of course, but only my distributor knows for sure. I can hook you up. Check it out.
Bull semen is great for your hair, nails, skin, and everywhere else where it doesn't feel right. Just warm the tube of bull semen. Put on some Barry White music. Massage the tube using slow circular motions. And when the semen comes out of the tube, put some in your hair, on your nails, on your skin, and wherever you want. Before you know it, you'll be glowing. Your hair will be growing, and your friends will want to be knowing.
I'm ordering my tube of bull semen today.
Order 2. I'm almost out.
Bull semen. Do not use internally, or pregnancy could occur. And we're not responsible for that. Order yours today. And that's no bull.
Bonsoir, bonsoir. This is Redwine, or as they say in Paris, Je suis vin rouge. Join me every Friday right here on A Pajama Party, where I'll get on my rant, sit on my little bar stool, and give you my opinion on whatever has been bugging me or whatever's on my mind this week. You don't want to miss it. I know I won't. So be here with me every Friday Redwine on the Pajama Party Show. Visit us on www.apajamaparty.com and check us out. We'll see you there.
Welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling.
Okay, like I said, we have an intern at the controls tonight. Brand new.
Trying to break them in.
She was born 18 years ago. And brand new. Trying to get the job, so we're going to be doing different interns every week to see what that they can qualify to work on a Pajama Party. Anyway, our first story tonight.
Hot topic. I got it. Woman faces lifetime ban from the Kentucky Mall after a hateful rant against these two Latina women. Now, a lot of people saw this video, and I saw the video, and honestly, you know, you hear this stuff all the time, but seeing the video, I have to say, I was actually kind of shocked that this woman carried on like she did in that store. Mm-hmm. So this happened in Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh, boy.
And this lady went off. This was on Tuesday. Lady went off because what had happened was one of the women, who happened to be a Latina, was in line, and the person who she was shopping with, I don't know what relation they were, but she had gone and gotten something, and then you know how you have somebody in line, and then somebody will come and bring something to add to the stuff you already have. Mm-hmm. She came and brought her stuff up, and then this lady just decided that she was going to just open up both barrels and talk a lot of smack. Mm-hmm. So the lady got upset, and this was at a JCPenney at Jefferson Mall, when, you know, the lady came and brought these last-minute items to add to the purchase, and then the lady just started going off. And she started talking about, you need to go back where you came from and all this kind of stuff and get the F out of here. I mean, she carried on.
Wait a minute, so this woman was white, but she was talking to a Latino woman.
Right. She was talking to, well, I guess to both of the Latino women.
Wow.
Now, the video has been seen allegedly like 6 million times.
Wow.
That's how many times people have watched this video. So, I mean, but the stuff she was saying, she was like, you come over here and you think you're somebody, but you're nobody, you're not special. And the woman wasn't, at first was just kind of ignoring her.
Right.
And then the woman that walked up and added the other items started to respond to her. And, I mean, it was totally unnecessary, and the woman looked really ignorant.
Right.
Because the stuff she was saying was just totally ignorant and uncalled for. So JCPenney's corporate office has published a statement saying that they're looking for the public's help to find the victims so that they can issue a formal apology. Now, I saw who the victims were on the video. So it's not like you don't know what these two women look like. Now, maybe they just haven't been able to locate them, but they were paying at the register, and given the amount of time it took, I don't think they were paying by cash. So I would think if you just check the records of the register, if they paid with a card of some sort, you can find out who these people were.
Sure.
So, I don't know. We might have to put JCPenney on the kiss it list. I mean, why y'all acting like it's so difficult?
Well, I guess they had to release a statement, and they're working on it, as they say.
I mean, this lady went off. She told her, she said, go back to wherever the F you came from, lady.
But wait a minute, didn't the white woman, the Caucasian woman, didn't she turn around and apologize, or she apologized to her?
No, at one point she said, I'm sorry I have to be this way. And my question is, why do you have to be that way?
Now, why
the
did
lady was in line buying stuff just like you were in line to buy your stuff.
Well, why all of a sudden she started going into a rage like that?
I don't know. She saw, well, what it was, I think that triggered her was when the second lady walked up and added some more stuff. So, you know, it's like, you know how you already got one person in line and they're kind of holding the line.
Right.
And then the other lady came up with a few more items. Now, it wasn't like she came up with a whole basket.
Right.
She had a few items, and this lady just started going off.
I see.
She started talking about they come here to live, then act like everybody else, speak English. You're nobodies. I guess they were speaking Spanish to each other. And she was talking about, you know, just because you come from another country, it don't make you nobody. You're nobody as far as I'm concerned. You probably live on welfare. The taxpayers probably paid for all that stuff. And then she started trying to get people in line to co-sign the stuff she was saying. And a lot of people were kind of standing there like, I'm not getting involved.
Do you blame them? I mean, because as Poppa DD says, Donald Trump, he has pulled out folks to speak their minds. And I guess if she turned around and everybody get on the bandwagon and speak their mind, they'd be more of a hypocrite just like her.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, she was telling people that we probably pay for all of that stuff you got, and we probably pay for all the food that they get and everything else. And she said, I'm sorry, but that's just the way I feel. Then she said, speak English. You're in America. If you don't know it, learn it.
Yeah, see, that's the only thing that I don't like. When people start speaking in their own language, and you know you're standing there and they're talking about you. You already know that. And they're speaking their language. I don't like that. So I agree with her on that. But that other stuff, no, lady. She probably pays taxes just as much as you do.
Exactly. Well, that mall has banned her now in Louisville. They said lifetime ban. They told her, don't come back.
We ain't got time for that.
We don't have time. We don't need your money. Keep yourself and your racist rants and all of that. Keep it to yourself. Don't bring it to our mall.
What you think about that, Papa? What's your feeling?
You know, I just think that the world over, most infiltrations of America was brought on during the Bush administration. I mean, Saturday Night Live even did a parallel at one time with Bush sitting in the Oval Office and Spanish people in the window behind him waving as they went by.
Oh, wow.
And they also came in on a curve through Jeb Bush, who was governor of Florida. He had very relaxed rules and everything. So the very same people that they hail as the great white hope heroes were the ones that let all these people in, you know?
Right.
And then you got Home Depot, who puts Spanish language underneath every English product in there. Everything you want, bathrooms, there's restrooms that has what restroom means in Spanish. Why is that even necessary? Why is that all over Home Depot? Home Depot is a perfect example that they're guiding these people around the store. It's almost like a road map, a treasure chest. You know, you can come there and not speak English at all, but you can walk your ass around Home Depot.
You got a problem with that, puppy?
You know, so... But getting back to the lady, though, I mean, she's got a lot of nerve talking like that because she's probably an immigrant herself. You know, her children of immigrants.
Right. If she goes back in her roots, she'll find
she go back. Don't even got to go that far. Go back to as close as her grandfather. Her grandfather came over from Athens, Greece, or anywhere. You know, Italy or somewhere. So people really forget. You know, like 30 years later or 40 years later. You know, what they were doing when they first came over here.
Yeah,
I snuck
agree.
in.
Yeah.
So everybody started somewhere. You know, I think the original people who were here was black folks. Brought over here against their will and whatever. So anyway, but how's she going to be banned? She come there with a black wig, the next day nobody knows who she is. A woman is a thousand disguises.
Well,
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Oh, boy.
Oh, well, moving on.
Yep. So what you got over there, Papa?
Well, the topic is a white Texas cop arrested a black woman who asked the police to investigate an assault on her son.
Oh, yeah.
This is in Fort Worth, Texas. Police officer pushed a mother of two teenage daughters to the ground and arrested them after the mother called police Wednesday to report her 7-year-old son had been assaulted, according to a viral cell phone video. All right, her name was Jacqueline Craig, who's 49, said the neighbor grabbed her son by the neck because he tossed a piece of paper and refused to pick it up. Wait a minute. Is that it?
Yep, that's what it was.
He tossed a piece of paper and refused to pick it up. According to the video taken by the Craig's cousin, Portia Carver, The Star-Telegraph reports the video of Wednesday's confrontation had been viewed more than 1 million times. Really? It was like that?
I watched that video.
Did you? Well,
and it was crazy. I mean, for the cop for the neighbor, the white guy who lived next to her, grabbed her 7-year-old son by the neck. And she's calling it an assault. I would call that assault. The boy's 7.
Right.
Because he threw a piece of paper on the ground, and the white guy neighbor said, pick it up. And I guess he didn't.
Right.
So he decided to snatch him by the neck.
Right.
So then the neighbor, the mother, said, I'm calling the cops. Mm-hmm. So then when this cop shows up, she's telling the cop what happened, and the next thing she knows, the cops got her on the ground.
Yeah, well, let me read this one. The officer who responded to the complaint. Now, this is really deep because this is what, my commentary on what's popping is going to relate to this a little bit. The officer who responded to the complaint, whose name wasn't released, quickly drew anger from Craig, who was the young lady whose son was in the problem, and other family members when he appeared to be belittling the complaint. Now, a white cop shows up on a complaint on a white man, and apparently he's siding with his own kind, totally disregarding what his purpose is to protect and serve.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that the imagery and the look of things today when it comes to police officers just being down with their own people, just like you said, a white person could commit a crime and just get arrested. As a black person who gets shot or what have you. It's really, it's almost simultaneous. It's very interesting. But anyway, reading on. Well, why don't you teach your son not to litter? The cop said. Okay?
Mm.
And then she said, he can't prove to me that my son littered. But it doesn't matter if he did or not. It doesn't give him the right put her hands on her son, is what the young lady was saying. Okay? Why not? The officer charged. I'm like, wait a minute. So
the officer's saying that why can't this man grab him by the neck?
So other family members are heard shouting at the officer, who escalated tension with the threat to throw Craig in jail, which is the lady.
Mm-hmm.
As one of Craig's daughters approached her mother, the officer put his hands on her shoulders. So the woman began screaming profanities and calling the officer pig and all kinds of stuff, pushing and shoving. The officer pushed Craig to the street and handcuffed her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Then subdued her 2 daughters, 19-year-old and a 15-year-old, whose names wasn't released because of their age. The officer wielded a taser gun during the confrontation, but it's clear he didn't use it. Okay? And then the young lady was saying that my son is 7 years old. He doesn't have the right to grab him, choke him. You could have come to me. Don't put your hands on my son, Craig calmly told the officer before the situation had been disengaged. But, it's a classic tale. These people are so, the emotion aspect of things is just, I don't know. We live in a society these days, if any, people don't realize that what society we live in. You're blind as hell. The favoritism toward just the us against them, but then the us against who? I mean, who are we battling against? And how did we ever get to those proportions is what I don't understand.
I don't know.
And it's really deep. And I guess when we say we don't know, it's because we understand who we are, but they don't understand who we are, nor do they care who we are. And it's scary. It's actually very scary.
Well, I can just tell you that when I saw the video, the mother was very calm, talking to the officer, like you said. And when she was saying to the officer, well, look, whether my son threw the trash or not, does not give this man the right to put his hands on my son. He could have come to me. She said, we've been living here for, I don't know how long she said, 4 years or 4 a year or something like that. And she said he could have just come to me, but he chose to grab my son by his neck. Mm-hmm. And so she's explaining this to the policeman, and then the policeman was basically kind of defending the guy that grabbed her son by the neck. And then that's when the situation started to escalate. I didn't see a taser ever in the video that I saw. But the situation quickly got out of hand.
it was I think it was a niece that was recording from her phone. So once the officer grabbed the mother, because the mother started getting loud when the officer was saying stuff she didn't want to hear, basically defending the neighbor, and then next thing you know, he grabs the mother and grabs her hands and starts pulling her hands behind her back. So then the niece that's recording, she keeps on hollering, I got you on live, bitch. I got you on live, bitch. And she kept going on and on with that. But she's doing, you know, how Facebook
Right.
Live.
This is one of the daughters.
This was, I think, her niece. And she kept saying, I got you on live, and she kept saying that over and over.
Wow.
And she was saying, you know, saying all that while the whole situation was going on.
Wow.
And then the 15-year-old daughter was standing like in the street or something. She kind of stepped into the situation and started saying some stuff to the officer. And then the officer said some stuff back to her, and then he grabbed her and threw her down on the ground.
Wow.
And then that's when the person, the niece, who was videotaping, boy, she really went off. So she's recording the whole thing. So now he's got the mother and the 15-year-old daughter, and he's putting them toward the car, and she's still talking smack the whole time recording. I got you, B. I got you, B. You ain't nothing but a punk, B.
She's saying this to the cop.
She's saying this to the cop while she's recording it all live on Facebook. Wow. So then the cop puts them in the car, the mother and the 15-year-old, and then comes and walks right to her and starts trying to grab her phone.
Right.
And so she's asking whoever's standing around, can he do that? Can he take my phone? Because nobody knows what the real law is.
Right.
So she's asking people, because she's telling him, I'm not letting you take my phone. So, of course, everything is covered up, but you can still hear the audio. And I guess at some point he must have, you know, taken the phone or whatever. But then later on she released another video behind that, showed her face and said who she was, and said, I got the whole thing on live. I just want y'all to know my name is so-and-so, and this is what happened. Please share this with everybody so you can see what these cops did. I was like, wow, this is crazy.
It's just too much. Now, I'm going back to what Poppa DD, he talks about as far as, you know, the cops and their kind of gravitating to their kind. Now, she made the complaint. African-American woman made the complaint.
Exactly.
This is a white cop.
She called for help.
Right. He goes straight to the white guy, that's what we're assuming, and talks to him. You know, think about this on the other foot. Suppose it was a black cop, and it was a African-American male or whatever that called it in, and it's a white male that...
or a white woman that had the problem.
Right.
Right. I got you.
I don't know. The black cop may gravitate to the black person that's there and say, you know, what's going on, and may side for them also. So, you know, it could go both ways. But like I said, she made the complaint. Why not go to her?
Yeah, but that scenario didn't happen. We can't imagine nothing that didn't go down.
That's true. That's not what happened.
We can't live in a world of equal liberties if equal liberties didn't present itself. You know, if we, you know, I just think, not to belittle your analogy,
right,
but I'm just saying that that didn't happen. I think a police officer should always understand who made the complaint, who was the initial person that's concerned, who called for help.
Right.
The person that called for help is the one that should be duly helped in the beginning, and not when you get there, because, you know, in all actuality, those people probably knew each other. The cop probably knew that man. You know, you never know. I mean, I think that in most cases today, you know, me, a man of a certain age and all, I just think that the biggest thing that's happening in the world is that everybody wants a paycheck from somewhere. You know what I mean? No matter what their situation is or circumstance is. And I think that in that particular race itself, and I'm not, you know, pinpointing the race as a whole, but yeah, well, anyway. I'm not pinpointing as a whole, but anybody that's in a legitimate job market or what have you will tell you that they'll see people on the job that they know did not deserve to have that particular job, just based on experience alone. But they'll go in it because Joe Blow was somebody's father and got them in. And then once they get it under false precincts, you know, for the next 6 months, now they walk around like they're the creme de la creme, knowing they didn't deserve that job no more than a hill of beans. And then they talk about their situation at home with their, oh, that's Joe. Yeah, give it to Joe. He's got 2 little kids at home. Nobody gives a shit about the black man. They got 4 kids at home. Right. But Joe is talking, and it's called a squeaky wheel syndrome. You know, the squeaky wheel gets the oil. And it's so interesting where I think that, I don't know, it's getting to the point where when it comes to some type of civil war, I mean, I think with Trump being at the helm right now, I think that's going to happen in more ways than one. And when I say a civil war, it doesn't mean a war of artillery and weapons and things of this nature. It's just going to be a complete unrest all the time.
Right.
And the trust for other people is going to be out the window because you have to keep an equal balance in this world. And that's one thing Barack tried to do was keep an equal balance. All this stuff that Trump is talking with, this dominant aspect of things, you don't dominate stuff because you have money. That means nothing. Money is cool. It's cool. But, you know, most of these billionaires, if you go to a nudist column, okay, for example, and tell all the billionaires to go to the nudist column with you, and now everybody get butt naked, okay? And as these billionaires is walking around, take a look between their legs and see what their penile is made of. And see if their penile matches their wallet. And that'll fuck you up. You say, damn, look at this needle dick motherfucker. And he's got all this authority. He's got all this authority when he's dressed, when he's in the boardroom, when he got the suit on, when he's limousine driven, when he goes to his match and he's a shit. But now out at this nudist camp, he got butt naked and this boy got 3 inches of white steel between his legs.
You still in therapy, Papa?
I'm in therapy, yes. I'm in therapy.
All right. Well,
anyway, let's move on.
I'm going to put out this last hot topic. It's a suspect arrested in road rage, death of a 3-year-old boy. Let's say it. A suspect has been charged in Arkansas road rage death of a 3-year-old boy last weekend. Asen King was riding in the back seat of his grandmother's car Saturday night during a Christmas shopping trip when a man shot into the vehicle.
That was messed up.
Asen was struck in the back and died later of his injuries at the Arkansas Children's Hospital. Little Rock resident Gary Holmes, 33, surrendered to police Thursday night and is being held without bond on preliminary charges of 1 count of capital murder and 2 counts of committing terrorist acts. Really? Wow. Interesting. Holmes' girlfriend told police that he became angry when he thought the car driven by Asen's grandmother, Kim King Macon, was following him too closely. King Mason's car waited for a few minutes and impatient Holmes honked at her. Then Holmes got out of his vehicle and fired once into the other car. When he returned to his car, he said, "That's what you get for following me around." So he shot into the car and told her that that's what you get. So the 911 call released by the police, King Macon said that she was waiting at the stop sign when the guy blew a horn at me and blew it back, and he shot. But I thought it was in the air. He shot at the car. She only realized a short time later that Asen, which is the baby, had been hit when she noticed him slumped in the back of the car.
Yeah, that was messed up.
Did he die?
Yeah, he died.
Yeah, says Asen has been shot. Oh, my God. And this was the 911 call that she called to the dispatcher. And it goes on to say the city of Little Rock and the FBI have offered a $40,000 reward for information in the case. So.
But they arrested him.
Well, he turned himself in.
He turned himself in because it was like I guess a shoot and run, and then he turned himself in.
Yeah.
And then,
they were looking for the driver of that vehicle and stuff. So.
Right. So they said this is the second one within a month. On November 22nd, a 2-year girl was shot multiple times while sitting in the back seat of her aunt's car.
Good gracious.
I'm like,
people need to really go to some anger management or something.
Something. I mean, this is Wild West going on. What the heck is going on?
I know sometimes when I'm driving, I get around people that frustrate me. Mm-hmm. But even if I had a gun, that would not be on my mind to whip out my gun and shoot somebody. You know, it's like if they want to give me the finger and blow the horn and stuff, I'm like, you know what? Work out your aggression, but I'm not going to join you. for that main reason. Because I'm not trying to die over some stupid stuff. Because you don't know who has a gun and what's on their mind, or whether they're crazy or not.
Or, like, I know when I'm driving, if somebody's too close to me in the back and they just have to get where they got to get to, I pull over. I say, okay, see you later, bye.
Exactly. Go ahead.
Bye, Felicia.
You can have the whole room.
Yes.
But I'm not trying to die, because wherever I'm going, it's not that critical.
It's a bit much. Yeah.
And for him to get out of his car, shoot at her car, and then get back in his car feeling like, yeah, that's what you get.
Right.
And because I guess he couldn't see, the baby was in the back seat.
Wow.
So my thing was, so what were you trying to do? Shoot at her car? What was that going to prove?
He could have shot her, too. Just never know.
I mean, he apparently shot near the back seat, because that's where the baby was.
Right.
So but my point is, what were you trying to prove? Is that supposed to show that you a real man or something?
I guess.
You going to get out and shoot a car?
That's what his comment is, that's what you get for driving too close.
Like I said, you're going to shoot a car.
Really.
An inanimate object that can't fight you back, shoot you back, but now you feel like you really did something.
What is this world coming to, Papa?
It's getting in the proportional levels of the whole aspect of everything being the way it is it's getting crazy. And you know, I think everybody's playing catch up because, like I said, I'm going to say in my segment later, black men see it every day. Every single day God sends. And my segment is called Landmines. I think you guys said roadblocks or something, but it's called landmines.
Oh, okay. Landmines, all right.
So.
Okay. All right, landmines. Somebody going to step on one of them landmines, it's going to blow up, huh?
Yeah,
okay. You guys got any questions or comments what we're talking about? Hit us up tonight. 914-803-4306.
And press 1.
Press 1 to get in the queue. You can also check us on apajamaparty.com and also on Twitter. So we're going to take a little CC break. Our intern said we're going to take a little CC break.
Okay.
All right. And we'll be right back with the, we'll be coming back with Redwine.
Hit it and quit it headlines.
All right now.
Looking for a new cocktail to serve at your next dinner party? Trying to figure out what pairs well with your main entree? Then you need to visit the Cocktail of the Week archive at apajamaparty.com. We've got a list of all the cocktails we've featured on previous Pajama Party shows with recipes and pictures of the drinks. And believe me, we've had some good ones. And while you're on the website, visit the archives for previous shows. Just click on any date, and you can hear the shows again and again. We've got you covered at apajamaparty.com. And tell a friend. They'll thank you.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling.
If you join us for the first time, this is the Pajama Party. It's a Friday night, late night talk show where we get it in. We talk about things that have to do with realism, things that are going on in life for real, everyday stuff you may not hear on the regular media circuit. And we're not trying to be done radical crazy. We're just giving you the truth, whether you want to hear it or not, because this is what's happening. Now, you can go out there blind if you want to, okay? We're just trying to put a mouthpiece in your mouth, a seatbelt around your lap, and a helmet on your head.
Clink, clink.
Now, you want to go out there and act like you don't want to be covered.
Don't act like you don't.
All right? And in my case, I also need a cup from my groin area.
I need
one.
Lord.
To kick me in my got it.
Well, let's speak to that. Let's go to the hit it and quit it. I got the first one. I want to talk about this Minnesota cop. His attorneys have now requested a new judge in that Castile case. Now, you remember Philando Castile? He's the one who was shot and killed by the policeman, and his girlfriend recorded the whole thing and streamed it live.
Yeah.
This is that case. So now the policemen, I hate to use the term cops, the policemen have now requested another judge. They didn't like the judge that was handling the case before, and it just so happens that the judge, whose name was Wilson, was a black man. So now these policemen have decided, no, we got a problem with Wilson, Mr. Wilson. We think that we need to have somebody else to handle this case. Now, Wilson was originally assigned to the case because of his experience. This man has been on the bench since 1987, and he is the second most senior judge in that district. But they had a problem with him, and they said they felt that they had to remove him. It's as simple as that. So that's what they did. And because each attorney has the option to strike, you can strike people and stuff, you can strike somebody and without giving a reason, and the request is automatically granted. So Mr. Wilson is now off of that case, and they're going to get another judge. And, going back into the history of the case, Philando Castile was killed July 6th during a traffic stop in the St. Paul suburb of Falcon Heights. And this is what his girlfriend streamed live on Facebook because she was in the car with him at that time. So I'm just trying to understand, why, what was the problem? I guess because they don't have to give a reason. It's like when they do the jury selection and they decide, oh, no, strike that juror.
A reason for what?
A reason for saying that they don't want this judge to continue with the case.
Well, see, this is what's happening. See, the reason why they don't have to give a reason because you don't demand a reason. You see how all of a sudden you put a imperative on what was done?
No, what I'm saying is that it's the same as when you strike a juror.
Yeah, but you said
you don't have to give a reason.
You said I'm rebelling on what you said.
Okay.
You said, I guess. It's not about guessing. We need to know the law.
Right, and that's what I said. Well, let me retract.
See, here it is
you
again.
Don't have to give a reason.
But here it is again. See, what we have to do is look and see what's going on. When they got rid of that black judge off of there, that is the initial aspect of now of fixing that trial.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you. Once they get that in, then they go back to the back room and say, okay, let's do, because these people all know each other. The one thing that white folks do, and people say, yeah, they all stick together, I ain't going to use that line. That's bullshit, okay? Because everybody got their own little individual lives.
Yeah.
But the one thing that they do, they do hang out with each other to make sure each other's getting what they get.
Yeah, true. Well, they said that they don't have to have a reason. They just said, you can strike somebody just like you strike a juror. When they go through the jury selection, and you ask the jurors, well, do you this and do you think this? How do you feel about this and that? And based on an answer, the lawyer could say, all right, we want to strike juror number 22. And
but we ain't talking
judge will
jurors.
Say you're dismissed.
We're talking judges.
But I'm saying that they can do the same thing.
No,
with the
they
judges.
can't. Why are you putting a judge with a juror?
That's what I'm just telling you. They can't.
But I'm saying, how are you putting a judge with a juror?
I'm just giving you the same example. It says, under the rules of criminal procedure in Minnesota, defense attorneys and prosecutors can each strike one assigned judge from a case without giving a reason. That's some crazy law in Minnesota.
So you can drop somebody without giving a reason.
Exactly. Wow. And that's what I'm saying. I said, I guess it's similar to the way you strike a juror. That's what I meant when I said I guess.
First of all,
but I'm saying that their law in Minnesota is you can strike one judge.
You're giving a reason, but then you're giving an unreason. What it is, it's a Minnesota law. That's all it is.
I guess Minnesota.
It's down there with that one trick pony-ass, cold-ass town. That everybody in there is just,
and I was just comparing it to the same way you can strike a juror.
Yeah, but you
don't have to have a reason.
Cannot give
you can just say, no, I don't want that juror, and you can strike that person.
You know what? Wait a minute.
Situation.
Let's peep this here. You're taking a situation in Minnesota. Let's look down at the map, okay, and see where we are and where you are. Minnesota is here. It's over where? It's in the upper northern
Midwestern.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, where are you? You're down in the D.C. yada yada area, right?
I'm from Paris, but go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
But anyway, your mental capacity is not thinking how they're thinking. Are you from Minnesota?
No, I'm not.
All right. How often do you frequent Minnesota?
I don't.
Other than go see your baby daddy Prince.
Well, other than that,
God rest his soul.
then I don't.
All right. But anyway, right, you haven't even been up there to even know what they're doing.
No.
Now,
I'm
we
just
know.
giving you the story. That's all I know.
Right, but what I'm saying is that Minnesota got their own laws. But you cannot put a D.C. up north swing on it because it doesn't compute. It doesn't fit. It's a square peg in a round hole. That's just the crap that they're doing in Minnesota. Don't try to analyze it. It can't be analyzed. That got together with the legislation up there, and they made that happen. And they got away with it because they were where? In Minnesota.
I'm agreeing with you.
Okay, but you're making analogies based on your
I was only making the parallel to the same way that you can strike a juror.
But
they have the ability because of their law to strike a judge.
But we're talking about a Minnesota judge. Why do you have juror in that conversation?
I was just making the parallel.
It's not a parallel. A judge is not a juror.
I was saying about how you can strike someone because you don't want them. That's all I was saying. I was saying that they have the ability because of that law to strike someone, a judge, just like you strike a juror. That's all I'm saying.
If we had to make this in a job-related aspect, a judge would be a manager, a juror is a union person.
I'm
okay?
not.
So you can't even connect the two.
All right.
The two is, you can't connect the two. A judge does not live in a juror's life.
She's going to keep it moving, huh?
Yeah, I'm going to keep it moving.
Yeah, okay.
I was just talking about the ability to strike somebody. That's
right.
But you're not striking a judge and a juror.
I'm not saying
that
they're the same.
No, she was just making the analogy.
No, here we go. Team up on me.
No, I was just saying, just like you can strike this one, you can strike that one. That's all I'm saying.
And
I'm not saying that the two are equal.
Then you can do this where? In Minnesota.
In Minnesota.
But
now, I don't know if that's the law anywhere else. I don't know. I'm not an attorney, so I can't tell you.
Well, if anybody knows, the hit is up tonight. 914-803-4306 and press 1.
All I know is I don't want to have to go to court in Minnesota.
I know that's right.
If that's how they rolling. I don't know if that's what they do in the DMV.
But
I don't
striking people like that really has to do with let's fix the trial from the beginning. And it's so sad that the background that we don't have is that we don't realize, like you are realizing, that the person that got killed in Minnesota, their family doesn't realize all the crooked stuff that's going on in that office downtown while they're down heartbroken over their child being killed. Somebody switching and swapping and trading a rook for a bishop while they're down there going to funerals and all kind of stuff and marching and singing "We Shall Overcome," and they up there saying, well, this is the law that we can do one time. You know, and nobody cares because it's not their loved ones that got killed. So we got to stop putting imperatives in there that make it to try to give some bullshit an analogy. Bullshit. When you sit on the toilet and take a crap, do you analyze your crap or do you flush the toilet and get it out of your face as quick as you can do it?
But you said the key thing. You said the key thing, Papa. People don't know the law. You know,
they don't know the law.
If the family is sitting in the courtroom, and then all of a sudden somebody says, "Okay, we strike the judge."
Right.
Like, what's going on?
All they could do is just mumble, "Oh well,
exactly." But you got to know the law. You know the law of that particular state. So
and if you had money, if you had big money to get a nice lawyer that would oversee that, but no, in most cases we got a lawyer that we it's a mess. So we have to get better. We have to get better.
Well, we're gonna keep moving. It's hit and quit it, so we're gonna keep moving. All right, I have new Missouri law would give kids criminal records.
Oh boy.
A new Missouri law could give kids serious criminal records for school fights. Interesting. I guess they figure they got to do something because there's too much of that going on. A new Missouri statute is drawing the ire of civil rights advocates, over concerns that it unnecessarily criminalizes children. Now, before I go on, why civil rights folks getting involved? Is it majority black folks that are fighting?
Hello.
Or what?
Should I say hit the bell? Ding, 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 ding.
Now, I'm gonna keep
because they know that it's going to be there's going to be an imbalance of who ends up bearing the brunt of that particular law. It's going to be people of color.
Right. That's unfortunate. It has to be that way.
So Yeah, all right.
We're getting enlightened.
Don't go
Yeah,
there. Don't
okay.
go there, Poppa DD.
Finally.
Can I finish the hit and quit it here?
Finally.
Go ahead.
Before y'all start battling, I got to
I'm
keep
not
y'all
battling.
part.
Hit it.
A letter to parents and guardians at Hazelwood School District in St. Louis County sent recently said that a new law taking effect January 1 could result in school fights being treated as Class E felonies. Class E felonies could result in up to 4 years in prison. The letter said these types of acts are previously treated as misdemeanors. So as the school district explains under the statute, if two students are fighting and one child is injured, the student who caused the injury may be charged with a felony. Students who are caught fighting in school, bus, or on school grounds may now be charged with a felony, no matter the age or grade level. The law's language does not specifically address school fights. But
Wait a minute, I thought they said that they were fighting at school
but rather changes in how the state views instances of assault. This could impact students arrested by school-based police officers. So now it's like you have to refine, like, what is considered school property. You know what I'm saying? It's contradicting.
Yeah, that sounds kind of like they're giving themselves a lot of wiggle room.
Yeah.
Because, you know, people who, like, I try not to look at those type of videos, and I avoid them online. But there's a lot of videos that people upload with school fights. Whether it be, I saw one recently on the news that started out as a food fight that then turned into a fight. I don't know, but, you know, I'm wondering now in a situation like that, does somebody run the risk of going to jail for up to 4 years if they were there?
Yeah, I guess they just trying to stop the fighting in that district. It's just that's what it sounds like to me.
I don't think that's going to stop it, because usually a fight is more of an emotional response. So that means that it's more of a knee-jerk reaction. So people aren't thinking. So it's like you push me, I push you, you hit me, I'm going to hit you back. You hit me harder, now I'm coming at you. And before you know it, it's a full-blown fight. Nobody's thinking about the repercussions.
Yeah.
And thinking, oh, if I fight, I might end up in jail.
Right.
They're just thinking, like, I got to protect my dignity.
Right.
You hit me now, I'm going to have to show you who I am.
But just like you said about the fight that happened into the cafeteria.
Yeah.
It just went to the extreme.
Exactly.
I mean, you know, because kids, they play, they fight, food fight or whatever.
Yes. That thing escalated in under, like, 20 seconds.
Right. But check this out. There was a study, UCLA, 2015, UCLA Center for Civil Rights Remedies found that at the elementary school level, Missouri had the largest gap in the country between the percentage of white and black students who get suspended. The state similarly fell in the top rung of states for its racial gap in suspension rates that at the junior high and high school level, as shown. Wow, this stuff is getting out of hand. What do you think they need to do, Papa? You think they need to go with this law, or they need to just leave it alone?
They're going to go any way that has nothing that's going to allow them to keep their people out of jail, okay? And even with the law being the way it is with the kids, it all depends on what kid does the damage. Right. If it's a white child, the parent's going to speak up, and chances are the parent's going to know the principal because they bowl together, and they do the little PTA thing together, and they do flea markets together, and things like that. And somebody's going to come out and say, well, you know, and all of a sudden, you know, little Johnny who caused the fight, next you know, they're going to claim he has to go for some mental help. They need to send him off
anger management.
Not anger management, because that's for grown folk. Right. But they're going to send him for some adolescent, juvenile, mental telepathies, and they're going to send him away for 2 weeks, and he's going to come back, and his mother's going to say, look, when you go back, he's going to come back, and they're going to call him half crazy. But when he graduates high school, it's going to be squash, sealed record. It's classic. Come on. This is classic stuff.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have to figure it out. And I think as black folks, we we're so smart, but then we're so damn stupid. You know, no disrespect. But
like
damn,
you said,
we
maybe we just don't know the laws. We need to start learning
we need
these
to start
laws
thinking with the we need to start thinking a little better and stop being so passive. We were raised passive by our upbringing. There's always a solution. Save the day, we shall overcome. Kumbaya. That's cool on one level, but on another level, you really have to skull fuck people. You really have to get with them strong, and that's what we don't do sometimes. We're too nice. We got our mothers and grandmothers' love up in us, and we end up getting screwed because we're so nice. We're so, I'm not going to sue. I'm not hurt. I bust my ass on a wet floor, but I'm not going to sue. My grandmama told me never to sue. Fuck that. Sue McDonald's. Shit, they got $1 billion. You might as well get a couple fucking thousand. Depending on the situation. But they'll walk around limping 5 years later. I want to hurt my leg, McDonald's. There go Joe. See Joe coming with the limp. He never get that leg fixed ever since he found McDonald's that day. You know what I mean? So now that's a limp that should have been paid for. But we so damn nice that we just, please. Anyway.
All right, we're going to keep moving. I got one more here and then quit it. Trump's New York co-chair says Michelle Obama is a man who should live in Africa with the gorillas.
Oh, my goodness. Not another one.
Really? Come on now. The New York co-chair of President-elect Donald Trump's campaign made racist and sexist comments about First Lady Michelle Obama in a recent interview, suggesting that she was really a man and should live in Africa. Now, this was an interview?
Oh, my goodness.
And you're going to continue this interview?
Yeah, that's a good question. Who's doing the interview? Why would you continue to talk to this idiot?
Let me see. In an interview with Art Voice published Friday, Carl Palladino said that in 2017, the thing he would most like to see go away was Michelle Obama. Quote, unquote, I like her to return to being a male and let loose in the outback of Zimbabwe, where she lives comfortably in a cave with Maxie, the gorilla.
Okay, what's his name, Carl Palladino?
But see, in a case like that, what we need to do is find out his situation, and we need to find a picture of his wife.
Ooh, okay,
it's
Papa.
2 for 2. It's eye for eye, 2 for 2. We stop wearing. See, we keep beating up on him. I can't believe what he said. Let's put him on the kiss list. No, let's dig deep and let's find a picture of his wife and see what she look like. Blow her up with a big ass 8x10 picture and let's criticize her monkey ass. Beat him with what he beat her with. Go after him on what he went after somebody else with. Let's find a picture of his wife. And see whether or not she's Farrah Fawcett or whether she's a beauty queen. You know? Who knows? That's what you do. Don't worry about him. Right. Let's go after this. Let's see what his wife looks like. If he's married, we'll find out his history.
Well, for tonight, I'm putting him on the kiss list.
Right.
For tomorrow, I'm gonna find a picture of his wife.
Okay. Let me just finish the story, and it goes on to say that he has a history of making controversial comments and has landed in hot water before. For sending racist and sexist emails.
Yeah, what kind of hot water? Shower?
Yeah, apparently it hasn't hurt him.
Exactly. He's still talking. When did he say that? A couple weeks ago?
Last week.
Yeah, so apparently that previous...
And then you had Cuomo trying to, apologize for him. Yeah,
like,
why is Cuomo apologizing?
Cuomo who?
What's his name? Mario? What's his first name?
The governor or the...
No, the governor's son.
Oh, the governor's... Yeah,
the one is the governor. The governor's son is the governor.
No,
Yes.
It's another Cuomo that does the interviews.
You're talking about the one on CNN.
Right.
Right, but his brother is the governor of New York.
I got you.
Okay. Right.
But he's not. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but why is he apologizing? Because these jokers are connected. He knows his father. He probably knew his father. See, what we have to do is, I'm telling you,
well,
boy.
He was trying to basically clean it up as best he could.
Right, but
he doesn't represent all of us, and he doesn't speak.
Why is he cleaning up something that somebody else did?
Right,
unless he's connected to him.
I think because he knew how wrong that was to say.
Well, let me tell you what what he said. Cuomo goes on to say his remarks do not reflect the sentiments or opinions of any real New Yorker, and he has embarrassed the good people of the state with his latest hate-filled raid.
Right. So when he's saying New Yorker, that's showing you right there that he's connected to that family.
Oh, yeah. Could be.
Because Como works for CNN. CNN's out of Atlanta. So when Como went back to New York, he's talking about something that got to do with New York.
Oh, sure.
He's going to represent New Yorkers. So now he's saying we're friends with him. He knew my father, but he doesn't really. He's trying to downplay it.
He's just a jackass.
We need to find a picture of his wife. That's what we need to do.
I'll try to find one.
That's your mission.
Well, what else you got, Papa? We'll keep moving.
This gentleman here from Duke. Oh my God! Talk about what do you call that? Affluenza.
Yeah. Oh, is he suffering from affluenza?
Oh,
This gentleman here, his name is Garrison Allen. Grayson Allen, how you want to pronounce it? Grayson Allen. This boy is a Looney Tune. He's on steroids. I think he's shooting the juice in his arm. He's a full little brat. He's a guard for Duke, and he's into tripping people. He does it so well. It's something that looks like him and his little brother did back when they were 5 years old, and he's got it mastered. He knows when somebody's running away, he throws his foot out and trips other players without even looking. He does it so well. Now, he's been doing it for a long time, and Coach Sasetsky, how you pronounce his name? Sasetsky is the one who coached the Dream Team all the way back to Dream. And he still coaches the Olympic basketball team that goes to the Olympics.
So he's the coach for
Duke
now. Okay.
He's retired. He's 900 years old. He's been coaching for 50,000 years.
He's that old.
And I don't know why the hell he's occupying a space, okay? Now, he's playing off with the guy because the guy's he's a good, energetic guard, and he's looking for recruits and boosters and everything else. So they'll turn their back as long as something's being beneficial to the school. It's a mess how these guys they just sleep with the enemy,
This is the old boys club, as you said.
Yeah, and they're trying to get the win. So they're like, look, I don't care what we got to do.
Well,
if
this
we're
guy,
winning, let them do whatever they do.
What it is that ESPN put together a montage of his tripping. They put together like 5 or 6 different tripping hatchets, and they got ugly. And he started talking about it. Then the coach was speaking on his mind, saying, "Well, he's young, and
Oh, please.
So anyway,
that's the key.
But now they suspended him indefinitely because the coach knew that his head was going to be on the line after a while because he was tripping people and hurting them.
Sure.
And it was a mess. You got to see how he does it. He's very acrobatic with it. He's very clever with it. He's slick with it.
Very slick.
The person will be walking, he'll throw his leg out, and the person will trip over him. And you got a camera on the big ass court floor. What the hell make you think somebody's not going to see your actions?
And what team is this?
Duke University.
Are you serious? Oh,
that's
big bucks.
Duke.
Big
this
bucks
ain't a little small little,
Yeah. Is Duke on the kiss it list?
I guess we can.
Well, I put that guy on the kiss it list, Grayson Allen, and the coach.
And the coach.
Thank you.
I got the coach.
And put the coach's toupee on there too. Because that follows him around more than anything as well. So what is that?
He does wear that toupee.
His hair is jet black. He's 100 years old, and as he gets older, his hair gets blacker. So anyway.
Yeah, sure it does.
If you guys got any questions or comments what we're talking about, hit us up tonight, 914-803-4306.
And press 1.
Press 1. We're going to take a little CC break, and we're going to come back with What's Poppin' with Poppa DD.
All right.
All right, students, settle down. Today's lesson is on weed etiquette. Just because weed has been legalized in certain states, people need to understand that they should use weed etiquette when visiting friends and family. Now, if you choose to smoke weed when visiting friends and relatives who don't smoke weed, please remember these rules. Number 1, go outside. Number 2, collect the roaches. Number 3, stand away from the house. Number 4, wash your hands and mouth when you come back inside. And remember, everyone does not want to get high with you. So don't take it personal. Some people may be on parole. Some may be interviewing for jobs where drug testing is required. And some may be in AA and they just can't get high with you. Maybe they just don't like the smell of weed. Did you think of that? So remember, if you sit in a car and smoke weed, then come back in the house and sit on their nice upholstered furniture, that smell will remain in their sofa for quite a while, and they may not like that. Weed is not a cologne or a perfume. Everyone doesn't want to smell it. So make sure you use weed etiquette when you do your thing. This has been a public service announcement for weed etiquette, and we thank you for your time. Hey, Papa, what are you doing, man? What you doing?
I'm waiting for the teacher to get done.
Students, settle down. Settle down. Hey, students. Okay, share with the teacher. Why? Share with the teacher. Students, share with the teacher. Someone open the window, please. Open the window.
Okay, all right.
Welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of the hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Woo woo.
And they both work for me, by the way, just so you know.
Keep dreaming.
You
don't say that about the intern that's working. She don't work for you?
Yeah, we have a new intern tonight who's working in control, and we want to see if we're going to keep her around permanent. She made a couple mistakes so far.
Kiss it, kiss it, kiss it.
Ooh.
Kiss it.
All right. But anyway.
Speaking up for the intern.
Yeah, speaking up for the intern, but you know what? I take no prisoners up in here.
It's all good. All right.
Anyway, I'm going to do my segment called What's Poppin', and tonight I want to talk about...
what is it, roadblocks?
No.
Stepping stones?
Minefields.
Minefields.
Thank you.
Kaboom. Come on,
minefields. You know, I don't know. Some of the things I would say, I don't know if just a black man can relate to this, but I'm sure that in society, people of color will witness these things, period, but I don't think nobody sees it as strong or feels it as strong as a black man does. I mean, have you ever woke up in the morning and you start, not even, don't even go with the car thing. Let's go when we get amongst people or go get amongst buildings and elevators and escalators and movement of places. And not so much in the mall. Get that out of your mind. I'm talking about professional settings where we're dealing with people that are like, their competitive mode is in full effect. Why are people hustling so much with competition bothers me from the beginning in any respect as well. I mean, if you're making more money, you know, what is that about? I mean, we have to understand that more money has to do at the end of the year with internal revenue. Mm-hmm. And how many deductions you have to offset your taxable income. I don't want to sound like Lou Hutt or anybody from Sirius FM or anything. But, you know, when we strive for different things, we cannot use other people to walk on their back and on their neck to get what we're trying to get. Because the one thing we got to understand, no matter what we're trying to get or strive for in life, once we disrespect people, at this point, our whole aspect of growth is tarnished. Because disrespect and growth that doesn't even walk together. That doesn't even hold hands. Mm-hmm. In order to rise in life and be a better person, you have to be a person of decency on all four sides. You can't say, well, I walked across these Negroes. See those Negroes sitting out there? I used to work with them, but being I know somebody, now they all work for me. I see it all the time. I go in Walmart in the morning sometime early, and I look up and I go down the aisles and I see black people or minorities stocking the shelves, and here comes a little young white boy or white girl with a laptop in their hand or a tablet telling them what to do. And in most cases, they're younger than the person stocking the shelves. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to figure out what the hell went wrong there. And when I say young, I mean this person's young, like fresh out of high school young. And it's just like, you know, it gets to the point where you're trying to figure out the suppository of black folks. And I use that word for a reason. The suppository of black folks is so in a midst where we're put in such a situation just, I don't know, the lowest aspect of things. And our pride based on our parents and grandparents allow us to deal with it because we learn the whole we shall overcome and keep working to strive and get what you can get. Don't let nobody tell you what you can do. But then comes this little 20-year-old white boy or white girl making $10,000 more than you, doing less, and how they even get the damn job from the beginning. So the whole we shall overcome and peace on earth and kumbaya is almost out the window because I don't want our next generation to deal with that. I just want all of this we shall overcome march in the streets to end with the generations now of the baby boomers, so to speak. People in their 50s and late 40s. But people from 35 and below, I think that they should be on the line like the offense against the defense on a football field and trying to figure out why these people of their peers is getting what they're not getting. Even when it comes to summer jobs. You know, black folks out there sweeping the street. Oh, my child got a summer job. How they sweeping the street? He's sweeping Main Street, getting $8,000. That's a job. But the white folks taking their child in an office building, making $15 an hour, filing papers, dressing up in a climate controlled building. How did that happen? Why did we get hip to that climate controlled building? You know, we got to open our eyes. We got to stop letting our children, you know, get the brink of it. When your child comes home and bring you a cock and bull story on why they got to pose in Macy's butt naked and somebody else's, and I'm using an example, you know, when they got to do something crazy, and you say, well, why they got you dressing like a giraffe? Well, it's giraffe week, and they told me I could be the giraffe. Well, honey, why do you want to be the giraffe? You know, we got to question what's happening and what they're doing. You know, don't let if your children are in their early 20s and they're coming to you telling you different things on the job that are adverse, you know, look into it. And if that job is that bad and things are going that bad, tell your child to get up out of there. Especially if the job is not tangible and it's temporary, there's no health benefits or nothing like that, then they don't need to be there no way. So all I'm saying in closing is that, look here, this world is all equal. We find that when things happen to us medically. When something happens to us medically and we all have to make attention to our medical situation, that seems to be the only time the world balances out. Because no matter how much money you got, you will never see a Brinks truck following a hearse. So that it has no barrier when it comes to finances. But all I'm saying is that, please, when it comes to jobs, situations, circumstances, opportunities, let these opportunities all come into one. You know, I just want to put that out there.
All right now. Makes sense to me.
All right,
I like that one.
Okay. All right, Papa.
So that was the minefield. So what you're saying, if I'm understanding, is you want people to avoid stepping on the minefields in their life.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm with you.
All right. Okay. We're going to keep it moving.
All right.
We're going to lighten it up a little bit.
Oh, we're going to the weird news?
Yeah.
All righty.
All righty.
Let's see. Who's got the first weird news tonight?
Yes, I do. Man wins okay to wear goat horns in driver's license photo.
Oh, no.
Oh, God. Here we go. All right. In Augusta, Maine, an ordained pagan priest finally has gotten the okay to sport goat horns in his Maine driver's license photo.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm sorry. I can't even get that out. He's a priest, and he wants to wear goat horns. Okay.
But he's a pagan priest, and he wants to wear his goat horns.
In his photo, driver license photo. Maine residents Phelan Moonsong.
What's his name?
Phelan Moonsong said that.
Wait a minute, spell that, because he's going on the kiss it list.
Phelan.
Now, what is his status? What is he?
He is a pagan priest.
Pagan priest.
His name is Phelan Moonsong.
What do they do? Explain to us what a
Said
pagan
that
priest is.
unless he's sleeping or bathing, he's always wears his goat horns, which serves as his spiritual antenna and help him educate others about paganism.
Oh, Lord.
But Moonsong is questioning.
So he's the Antichrist. That's what it is.
I guess so.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
Moonsong is questioning why he had to appeal his driver's license photo to the state after explaining his religious beliefs to the Bureau of Motor Vehicle staff.
Uh-huh.
He adds the horns didn't obstruct his face. Isn't that cute? The main Secretary of State's office said the state was not familiar with his choice of headdress and had asked Moonsong for more information to review the issue.
So they basically said, we don't know anything about that.
So wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. You see, wait a minute.
Let me finish this sentence. Moonsong cited their religious purposes and also because they didn't obstruct his face. Okay, go ahead. What's your question about?
Now see, when I'm saying different things, right? Mm-hmm. Now, you said, who said something about it? The Secretary of State?
The main Secretary of State's office said the state was not familiar with his choice of headdress.
Now, see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
These people are allowed to take their case up 2 or 3 different levels. Mm-hmm. How many times you go motor vehicle got a problem? How far are you going to get?
Hell,
before they kick your ass out the door.
Security, whoever's at the desk.
Security.
Before they put you out.
Before they put you out.
I agree.
And this person he done took his horn and he's got a whole pagan thing going on. And just go to show you that his beliefs are so devilish that he's trying to move it on. Like I said, we've got to see with the third eye and hear with the third ear. Because we're missing.
Then on top of that, the society asked them they needed more information to review.
Which means
instead of just saying no.
Right.
Are you crazy?
Review means it's going to be pending and probably approved. And you sit up there and he'll take a picture with horns on his head.
Instead of saying you're not getting goat horns, moose horns, antelope, antlers, none of that.
But he knows that he
identification, and you cannot do that.
Despite being a pagan, he's still pushing that white skin for what it's worth.
But who's to say that
and he won
in a different state? Say, for instance, if I went to Maryland or D.C. With those horns or whatever, they probably say, security, get your ass up out of here.
Right, because
they wouldn't review.
Because those horns cannot be accompanied by brown skin. That would be your issue.
They'd be like,
if I went in there and said, look, I worship lettuce, and I don't go anywhere without lettuce on my head, and I want to take my photo with this head of lettuce on top of my head.
And they'll say cafeteria, third floor.
They would say, security, get her.
Your ass. Let me finish the story. It's going to get crazy.
It's crazy.
So the main motor vehicle staff can hold license photos for review if they have a concern about religious headdress.
So because he said religious reasons, now they have to review it.
They got scared, I guess. Moonsong said after he applied for an updated driver's license in August and explained his religion to a motor vehicle employee, he was told to appeal his photo to the Secretary of State's office. Now, somebody done told him to appeal it.
Yeah. They said, look, I can't do it. You don't like our decision? Take it to the Secretary of State.
Right. So Moonsong then filed out an application for legal assistance from the American Civil Liberties Union, which recently told him
the ACLU involved?
It was unable to take his case.
Good because they ain't trying to go out like that.
They don't want none of that.
Yeah.
So it goes on to say, what I was requesting should have been accepted according to what was written in statute.
Oh, yeah, to hear him tell it.
It should be no different than a nun wearing a habit.
You know, everybody, it's so interesting you say that when they say this and say that. Every time I've been hearing lately when people talk about what Trump has done or what his children has done by trying to raise $1 million for this inauguration thing, whatever the case may be. But they'll say, oh, well, Barack, nobody said that when Barack was selling it. Well, why? It's almost like a relationship. when you blaming somebody for something that you did, you're going back on what they did.
Right.
If you chastise me for cheating on you, now you cheat on me, how are you going to come back and say, well, you cheated on me? Well, damn, you jumped in my ass for that. So
Right.
I thought you
so
was
how does
above
one
that.
justify the other?
I thought you was above that. So now that you cheat on me, how are you throwing the fact that I cheated on you back in my face when you reamed my ass for that particular situation? And it just go to show you that everybody, instead
it's
of
called
justifying,
convenience.
instead
When
of
people
justifying
need an
what
alibi, they go for the convenience.
they go back to something.
And they're like, well, in 1992,
Barack did this,
you
Barack
did
did that.
such and
Yeah.
such, so now I did it in 2016, so
Yeah.
that makes it all right.
It's called a get out of jail free card.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, we're going to keep it moving. What's our next weird news story? That was weird. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Gold horns. Get out of here.
I got here that a man robbed a bank in a Santa Claus mess. Excuse me, in a Santa Claus.
Not
wait,
Santa.
Wait a minute.
Santa robbing
Wait a
bank.
minute. A man who robbed bank in Santa mask
Now, are we sure it
handed
wasn't
out
actually
candy
Santa?
canes first.
No, that wasn't Santa.
When you say a mask of Santa, we're talking the beard and the eyebrows.
I guess. It said mask, so I guess.
All right, well, let's read it here. The Poppa Christmas song, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. It warns kids not to cry, not to pout, but it doesn't say nothing about not robbing banks. Okay. Now, police in Memphis, Tennessee are trying to find a man who robbed a bank on Wednesday while wearing a Santa mask. They say mask, I guess you're talking about the beard and the eyebrows. Because the eyebrows, you know, the eyebrows stick on there.
Yeah.
And the beard and whatever. Okay. All right. The criminal Chris Kringle walked into the Memphis. Damn. This ain't no small town.
He
This
was
fool
bold.
walked to Memphis. Gee. All right. The Chris Kringle walked into Memphis City Employees Credit Union on Elvis Presley Boulevard around 10 a.m.
Not on Elvis Boulevard.
Yeah, trading the trademark white beard, red coat, red hat,
Oh, he
and
had the whole
fluffy
getup.
eyebrows. Yeah, like I said.
So
okay.
it was Santa.
Yeah, he handed out candy canes to people in the bank, and even wished them a Merry Christmas.
But he went to rob the bank.
Then the thieving Santa handed the bank teller a note demanding cash as he pulled out a pistol.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, this is what the Commercial Appeal newspaper reported.
Oh.
The teller gave Santa an undisclosed amount of money, and he left the bank.
Sad.
However, he didn't leap into a sleigh or any other kind of getaway car. Surveillance video showed him walking down Rains Road, according to the newspaper.
Oh,
no one was hurt.
On foot.
He left on foot.
He didn't even have a damn sleigh. Isn't that
He
something?
could have at least had Uber waiting for him.
Oh.
Come on, Santa.
Anyway, where's the video lead to?
Oh,
I don't
my
know.
goodness.
No one was hurt except, of course, for the Christmas spirit. Okay, that's kind of low, and then to come and do something bad like that and give out candy canes in the process.
Then he gonna give out candy and say, and by the way, this is a stick up.
Yeah, and they're saying no arrests were made, and anybody with information is encouraged to call 1-900.
They're looking for
Santa.
somebody that looks like
1-900
Santa.
Santa.
1-900-528-CASH.
Good luck finding him.
The real Santa Claus was unavailable for comment.
He said, I am not a crook.
Oh,
It wasn't me.
So it was not the real Santa Claus. It was the perpetrator, and he is still
Well,
at large.
obviously it wasn't really Santa, because he would have had the sleigh out there waiting.
But he walked away, and he got away with
This
it.
dude was
Wow.
It wasn't a bank. It was actually a credit union, and
So this wasn't even a real bank robber. This
No, it
was a
wasn't.
credit union robber.
Credit union.
That's pathetic.
It could be
All right,
inside out.
I got one last weird news. IKEA, you know IKEA, my favorite store. They're now telling their customers, stop having sleepovers in our stores. Who knew? So apparently the Swedish furniture company has warned customers to stop trying to sneak into their beds for an overnight snooze. They have discovered at least 10 sleepover, they call it incidents, in various countries over the past couple of months. And they said, we appreciate people are interested in IKEA and want to create fun experiences. However, the The safety and security of our coworkers and customers is our highest priority, and that's why we don't allow sleepovers in our stores. So cut it out.
So what do you mean by sleepover?
Because apparently there's this thing going on that they call an IKEA challenge.
So this must be a 24-hour IKEA.
No. Listen, this is an IKEA sleepover challenge where teenagers, youngsters, etc., are hiding in the store until it closes.
Okay.
And then when they think everybody's gone, they're out sampling beds, jumping on furniture, and recording themselves, because the kids do stupid stuff
probably
like that.
knocking boots, too.
It says that they've been eating Swedish meatballs and doing all kind of stuff.
Dirty to the food as well?
Yeah. 2 of them recently hid in the cupboard until the store closed, and then they spent the night trying different models of beds and ranking them, etc., and they posted it on YouTube, and the video has been viewed more than 1.8 million times. And it has sparked copycat videos, so now other people see it, and then they hide somewhere in IKEA and wait for the people to all go home, and they're sleeping in. So it's just, it's perpetuated the ignorance.
And what is the racial demographic of this?
I don't have to tell you. None of these people so far have been black.
Okay.
But one video showed 3 British teenagers.
That's why it's happy, happy, joy, joy.
Exactly.
Okay.
One video showed 3 British teenagers who got arrested for trespassing, and one of them said, "We are in a deep shickety."
Yeah, sure you are.
Yeah. So IKEA just wants everybody to know, y'all stop. Cut it out. Stop doing this little sleepover crap. That's not what we do here. It's not safe. Please don't do it. So anybody out there listening, if you were thinking about doing this, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. And that's it for the weird news.
You're going to put them on the kiss list. Where's the kiss list anyway?
I have one right here.
If you know anybody doing it, the IKEA thing, hit us up tonight, 914-803-4306. And press 1, get in the queue so we can hear what they're doing out there. Lord have mercy.
So crazy.
Yes. All right, so we're going to keep it moving. We're going to get into Redwine segment. We're going to take a little CC break. We're going to keep moving. It's up to y'all.
I'm good either way.
We keep moving.
I'm ready.
She's ready.
You ready? I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm fired up, ready to go. Wiggy.
Oh, Lord.
All right, so I'm going to kick it off. Tonight, I want to talk about March On.
Okay.
March on. I'm just saying March on.
All
right. A group of women have organized a mass march in Washington, D.C. in January to protest the inauguration of you-know-who. I'm tired of hearing his name, so I really don't want to say it. Your boy. I'm not mad at him, for wanting to do the march. But what I want to know is, what is the plan for after the march?
Ooh.
Now, once the march is done and all the women are all tired and worn out, what will have been proven? I'm not saying not to march. By all means, march on. Power to the women, do your thing. I'm just saying what happens afterward. Is there a committee that's going to keep the momentum and lobby for women's rights with the new administration? Or are they planning to get a lobbyist to keep the conversation going? Or will this just be another D.C. event that gets forgotten in less than 30 days after it's over? I'm just saying, march on. If you think that's going to get you what you want, then march on. Marching was an effective tool for the civil rights movement in the 60s, 1960s that is, and I guess it might still get something accomplished. I don't know. But I just don't know what their agenda really is. I hope it's about winning the right to govern our own bodies. I don't think anybody should have the right to decide what a woman does with her own body. After all, her body belongs to her, not anybody else. So all those laws and people trying to pass laws, all of that, y'all can bite me with that. But I'm just saying, if there's a real agenda, then we need to know what's on it. What's the agenda? Maybe I need to just go, which I haven't done, and try to find a website, if they have one, and see if there's any information that's been published about it. I just keep hearing that this march is going to happen, and I know that they're unhappy about you-know-who winning the presidency, just as I am. I'm not going to lie. But what I don't know is, what does the big picture look like? If somebody knows, please call and tell me, 914-803-4306. Press 1. I really would like to know. I'm not trying to be just another woman in the crowd unless I know that this is going to benefit us. And by us, I mean black women. Let's just say it. What do we stand to gain from this march? Is it just going to be another follow the leader situation? Or did we even have a voice at the table when the plans were being made for the march? I'm not saying we didn't. I'm just asking. So, in conclusion, all I'm saying is I'm down for marching if we really believe it's going to have some kind of benefit other than helping us get our exercise for that day. That's all I'm saying. This is Redwine, and I'm just saying march on. But march with a purpose and march with a plan.
All right now.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
You know, I keep hearing about it, but I don't know, like, what's the plan?
That's
What's the agenda? What are we trying to accomplish? What's the mandate? What give me some details.
Money, money, money.
I know it's a bunch of women that's coming, but I don't know, what are they going to do when they get here? Who is the spokesperson? Do they have a spokesperson? I don't know. So, I'm like, hey, march on, but march with a purpose.
All right now.
March with a plan.
Okay, Redwine. Right.
That's it.
Okay. You all right over there, Papa?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just
Okay.
waiting for Redwine to get done.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
No,
I'm done.
I wasn't rushing you. Do your thing.
Okay. No, I'm done.
Guys, got any questions or comments about what Redwine or Papa or
And those
Ketel
women are
saying?
coming from all over the country, allegedly.
It is.
And I'm just wondering what you're going to do when you get here. You going to just march or what's the
Yeah,
plan?
exactly. Yeah, you need to make some
it's
noise.
a lot of marches in
Make
D.C.
some real noise, yeah, because that march. What I said earlier, that kumbaya stuff is good, but we really got to get our asses out of the streets, sucking all that exhaust and everything. We need to vote midterm election.
There you go.
And get
they
things
need to
going
start
on.
registering people that are not registered
Mm-hmm.
and say, all right, on these midterm elections, you need to vote.
And give them money.
Don't
Do
just
something to
wait
make money.
every
give 'em
4
money.
years for the presidential
Give 'em
election
money.
and then
Sit
show
up.
up.
That's
We need to give 'em money.
Why don't they start now? Trying to sign people up to vote now. So then
That's
won't
what they need to
wait,
do.
wait to the last
Don't
minute.
wait until somebody's running for president.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to give them a $20 bill, some brown liquor, and a 6-pack of beer.
Okay.
All right now.
How about that?
All right.
They gonna
Anybody
vote.
want to match Poppa DD's contribution? Call us up, 914-803-4306.
Press 1.
Let us know, what are you willing to contribute?
I know.
Mm.
Right.
I'm willing to contribute 2 bottles of red wine.
Okay.
I'm willing to contribute some cognac and a 6-pack of Red Stripe.
All right. I'm in for 2 bottles of red wine. What you contributing, Ketel?
I don't know about the Ketel Citron. I'll give you the regular Ketel.
Oh, that's up.
And a 6-pack.
You're not going to give up the
beer.
yellow top? No.
Domestic beer.
You're not going to give up the
And
yellow
a 6-pack
top.
of domestic beer.
Domestic beer. Oh, my God.
You know what?
That's
All
all
right.
I can do.
Mhm.
So we're going to take a little CC break, and we're going to come right back with Living for the City with Poppa DD.
All right now.
Looking for a new cocktail to serve at your next dinner party? Trying to figure out what pairs well with your main entree? Then you need to visit the Cocktail of the Week archive at apajamaparty.com. We've got a list of all the cocktails we've featured on previous Pajama Party shows, with recipes and pictures of the drinks. And believe me, we've had some good ones. And while you're on the website, visit the archives for previous shows. Just click on any date, and you can hear the shows again and again. We've got you covered at apajamaparty.com. And tell a friend. They'll thank you. It's Friday night, and you're listening to the Pajama Party Show Live. Tune in every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Mountain, and 6 p.m. Pacific. We push it to the limit every week like only we can. We've got hot topics, hit it and quit it headlines, TV and movie reviews, commentaries, and the world's famous Kiss It list. And you don't want to be on the Kiss It list. So visit apajamaparty.com. Check out the cocktail of the week. Get your glass and get your laugh on with the Pajama Party Crew, doing what we do right here with you. Get up on this and push it. Push it real good.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And there's Redwine.
Bonsoir.
Everybody's stuffing their face right now.
Yeah, we took a break. We don't usually run two commercials. We're going two commercials.
Living for the city.
Living for the city.
Yeah, you already got for us tonight.
Yeah.
I just want to break it down just a little bit. I just want to say that less than 30 days from now, Donald Trump is going to take over the world as we know it.
Oh boy!
And the one thing I want people to do is to understand what we just left, and understand what we had. We had 8 years of not only the first black president, but we had a brown-skinned, natural black woman that wasn't, I say brown-skinned based on the fact that it wasn't no, she didn't come in with no high yellow aspect with slanted eyes, and it wasn't like Michael Jordan's wives or anything like that. This was a straight up black woman, for real. Talk it, walk it, speak it, and what have you. And she's gonna be a tough act to follow because I know the garden's gone. I know there's not gonna be no tomatoes grown next year because Trump's wife ain't seen.
She ain't into that, huh? Oh no.
She ain't planting no tomatoes. She ain't planting no okra. She ain't planting no Brussels sprouts. She ain't growing shit. Okay.
You don't have time for that shiggity.
Yeah. But in all seriousness, all I'm saying is that starting January 20th, we got a lot of talk going on with Russia and people like that. These are powerful nations. We got Israel, who's trying to team up with America because when it comes to them battling the Palestinians and things of this nature, they want our help in different countries. Then you got things going on with Pakistan where we can't trust them. This is where bin Laden was hiding in Pakistan, and Pakistan's supposed to be an ally to us, and they're hiding one of our most notorious wanted people. And all I'm saying is that Trump does not realize that all that stuff with casinos and everything he did in his life as a regular businessman.
How you doing? I'm Poppa DD, one of the hosts of the Pajama.
Anyway, you need to let that go. Anyway, we need to be aware of what's happening. We need to understand that there's some difficult days ahead of us. And we need to, pay attention to what's going on because this is serious business. And you've had a relaxed state of mind for 8 years. And all of a sudden now things are going to get crazy. They're going to get ugly. They're going to get different. They're going to get peculiar. They will get interesting. There's a bunch of billionaires now in charge with a brand new paycheck. Understand that these white folks ain't worked for 8 years. And all of a sudden they're going to get fat paychecks. They're going to get limousines. They're going to get credit cards. They're going to get gas cards. They're going to get a staff. They're going to get office space. They're going to get hotel accommodations. They're going to get resorts. They're going to get interns. They're going to get all kinds of stuff that comes with the job. Now, these are spoiled people from the beginning. And these are people that they just, all I'm saying is that pay attention. Don't sit back and act like, you're going to let them run this thing. And if something ain't right, get with it. Understand it. Get in the midterm elections and shake things up because this is going to be ugly. This is going to be ugly. Trump hasn't revealed his taxes. He hasn't talked about his foreign policy. He hasn't given up anything that's got to do with anything. So, Don't if it's a trick, it's a trap. So don't I'm telling you, don't sleep on this. This is real. This is China. This is Russia. This is the United States. This is North Korea. This is Vietnam. This is all kinds of things in a mix. So take it for granted if you want to. It's gonna get ugly.
I think it's already been ugly.
I know. I have to say, Papa, that's a scary thing. It's coming to the realization of what's going to come, and it's just scary.
It is.
I mean, from Donald Trump to him and his Twitter account to the wife saying she's not going to be in the White House. Come on now.
Well, no. This is the White House is not even.
It's not even up to her standard.
Oh, not at all.
He wants to stay in New York and
The
go in the house.
windows are drafting. I'm not sleeping in that bed. Did Barack sleep in that bed? I'm not sleeping in that bed. It's in my bed. My bed is in New York.
He's like, my home is my penthouse.
My home is in New York.
And that's where I will be with me and my son.
I guess Barack slept in that bed. I can't get naked in that bed. Barack was in that bed. I can't get naked in that bed.
It's not quite the same bed. But you're right. Their mentality, you're right. It's just.
No, they'll be in New York. It's gonna be deep. The White House is gonna be vacant. Believe me.
But you know
I'm
that's
telling
been
you
a
right
big
now.
problem for New York because New York, the mayor, what's his name, Blasio, has been saying over and over who is footing the bill for all this additional security because the police have been having
Florida,
to pay all this.
$1 million a day.
Exactly. Every time he goes,
what costs $1 million a day?
To protect him in Florida.
Now he's down there at Bellagio or whatever that resort is that he owns in Florida. But when he's in New York, they have the traffic all messed up on Fifth Avenue.
Oh, my God.
They got barriers and stuff up so people can't even just walk up and down the way they're used to. Because if you watch The View, Whoopi's been saying over and over, Whoopi Goldberg's been like, look, go to D.C. Stop trying to run what you're doing from here on Fifth Avenue.
You know who else lives in that building?
You're messing up everything for everybody.
If you've seen in front of the Trump building, you know who lives in that building?
No.
Baseball player, just retired a couple of years ago. Derek Jeter.
Really?
He lives in that building. He's one of Trump's tenants.
It doesn't surprise me. He probably has some high-class tenants, yeah. It's just crazy. Yeah, it's just too much chaotic. You're going to go be the president, go do you. Go be the president.
What he needs to do is just chill until January 21st.
I think Pence is going to be the president, actually.
You think?
Yeah,
Pence
once he gets impeached, that's what will happen.
No, but Pence is going to run this country. He really is.
But I'm just saying that he's doing stuff, making moves, calling people and doing stuff. You're not the president right now. And what you're doing is you're sending a confusing signal to the rest of the world.
You talking about Pence?
Trump.
Oh, okay.
He's sending a confusing signal to the rest of the world right now. You got some countries' leaders saying, who's running the United States? Because he's doing stuff and making moves, but you're not in the chair yet.
Right.
You know, it's like you got to wait till you get in the captain's chair before you start calling out orders.
So when he started doing the thing with China and all that, it's like doing stuff prematurely.
They were like, you've been in contact, I think, yesterday with the head of whoever, the president of Egypt or something.
But one thing I must say
Why
is
are
that
you doing all this until
Saturday
you
Night
get
Live,
in the chair?
Saturday Night Live did get it right with that skit when it first came on.
Oh, yeah, they did.
With Putin and the new Secretary of State.
And I did hear this week that woman, Kellyanne, whatever her name is, the blonde, that usually ends up making excuses for the crazy stuff he does, she finally has been given an official job.
Really?
In some capacity. I can't remember what. But she got some job in the White House.
You're right, I did.
Probably continuing to clean up his crap.
And these jobs paid $300,000 a year.
That's
not what it pays.
That's not.
She already got that job coming.
But they're already millionaires.
Yeah,
so
but the privilege of it with Escalades and credit cards and please stop it.
Yeah, she's got a job finally.
we have let's move on.
Yeah.
All right. What's happening in Hollywood?
We got a Hollywood wrap up.
Okay. You got tired of Trumpville? Okay. All right.
Yeah, we've been in Trumpville too long.
We want a Hollywoodville.
Free advertising.
Okay. Unfortunately, Carrie Fisher, she suffered a heart attack during a flight.
Oh, wow.
She's out of emergency. That's the latest thing that's going on. May the force be with Carrie Fisher. The iconic Star Wars actress suffered a massive heart attack on the flight. She's 60 years old, was flying from London to Los Angeles when she went into cardiac arrest. The LAFD tells E! News that they received the call about 12:11 p.m. and responded at LAX at Gate 74. Paramedics was on standby when flight landed, and they provided advanced life support and aggressive treatment and transported the patient to the local hospital. Interesting.
Yeah, I hope she's all right.
Yeah, we're gonna keep a.
Yeah,
close,
they use word massive. That's not good.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah,
good.
it's not. Let's just hope she's able to recover from that. Says she's what, 60?
Yeah.
That's kind of borderline, but depends on her health. So.
And her eating habits. I don't know what she's eating, but maybe she needs to lighten up on some things. When you're rich like that and got money, lobster. How you eat too much of that stuff. You dip in too much lobster and too much butter.
All right.
Or whatever they're eating, pork, whatever, I don't know.
And donuts too, Papa?
And donuts.
Oh,
yeah.
All that stuff.
All that stuff. In other news, Nick Cannon, he's stuck in the hospital for Christmas. Nick Cannon will be laid up in the hospital bed on Christmas. America's Got Talented host revealed Thursday that he was hospitalized because of complications from lupus. He suffers from that. Cannon, 36, was diagnosed with the disease about 5 years ago. He shared a photo from the hospital bed on Instagram. For all who have been trying to contact me the last few days, this is where I am. This is where I've been. This is where he'll be. Lupus has taken its toll on Cannon before. In 2012, he was hospitalized. Mild kidney failure. You guys remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
After that,
I think it was when he first announced that he had lupus.
Right, that's when he found out. After that, Cannon announced he would be backing off on some work projects, and he will be there for Christmas. Also, in other news, his ex-wife, Mariah Carey, she will be in Aspen, Colorado.
Smoking weed.
Not at the hospital, huh?
Nah, probably smoking weed with the boyfriend, her new beau, Byron Tanaka.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to rent, well, she is going to rent a $22 million Airbnb. Leave Mariah Carey to not only vacation the style, but to do so in a manner that's so fierce that we're left with major vacation goals. $22 million, a luxury Aspen estate. It's Airbnb, and with the boyfriend, Byron Tanaka. So she's finally, I guess, saying that that's her boyfriend, I guess. Or the tabloids are saying that. Who knows? It has 5 bedrooms, 5 baths, and
5 bedrooms, 5 baths. Okay.
To me, when I saw it online, it didn't look like $22 million worth. I'm sorry.
It must all be on the inside.
No, I saw the inside. I was not impressed. I'm sorry. I was not impressed.
Okay.
But that's my Hollywood wrap-up, short and sweet tonight.
Okay. Oh, did you hear that Viola Davis got a star on the
Walk of Fame.
Walk of Fame.
Yes.
So anybody in the LA area, go check that out.
Yep, that's my
Proud
girl.
of her.
I know that's right. It's How to Get Away with Murder.
So I was happy to hear about that.
It was. It's about time.
Okay.
All right. Cocktail of the week.
All right.
Oh,
I got the cocktail of the week.
Yeah, come on, cocktail.
Okay. Well, since it is Christmas time, the cocktail of the week this week is a classic spiked eggnog. So this one is for all you eggnog lovers. And this particular recipe actually makes the eggnog from scratch. So this is not buying that eggnog in a carton and then add the liquor. This is making it from scratch. Rich, creamy eggnog is a favorite holiday indulgence, and this recipe uses, a variety of spirits to make some truly decadent grown-up treats. We recommend that you use pasteurized eggs if possible, and most supermarkets carry those right beside the regular eggs.
Okay.
So if they don't have pasteurized eggs, you can do it with regular eggs.
Oh, please.
So the classic spiked eggnog, you need 6 large eggs separated. That means you got to separate the yolk from the white of the egg. you need 1/4 cup of superfine sugar, 6 ounces of heavy cream, 1½ tablespoons of vanilla extract or more, if that's what you like. You know, it's really how you like it to taste. And 1 cup of dark rum or bourbon or brandy or cognac, whichever you prefer.
Oh.
Some folks like to use a little bit of all of that.
Okay.
So you want to at least have a cup of whichever one you like. So you want to separate the eggs into 2 bowls. You want to put the yolks in one bowl, the whites in another bowl. You want to beat just the yolks until they're light and frothy. Then you want to beat the whites with the sugar until you get the little soft peaks. And then you fold in the yolks. So it's kind of a multiple-step process.
I'm tired already.
Oh, you can do it. You beat the yolks, beat the whites with the sugar, and then you blend them back together.
Okay.
Then in a separate bowl, you want to beat the cream. So it's the third bowl now. Beat the heavy cream with the vanilla extract until it forms some soft peaks. Then fold all that into the egg mixture. Then add the alcohol, whichever one you like, rum, bourbon, etc., brandy, whatever. Well, I mean, you can sip some before you do all this, but then you might not get your measurements right.
Okay, got it.
And then you want to refrigerate it for at least an hour to let all the flavors blend, and then stir gently before pouring in the glasses.
I got it.
And garnish it with some nutmeg or cinnamon or both. And this makes about 6 servings. So that's enough for an intimate dinner party, 6 people. Hook them up with some homemade, from scratch, fresh eggnog.
All right.
And that is the cocktail of the week, brought to you by DC Homegrown Entertainment at dchomegrown.com. Check them out. That's our parent company.
All right.
That's the cocktail of the week.
So what kind of brown liquor do you recommend, Poppa? A lot of brown liquor.
It said you can use cognac or brandy.
That's what I'm saying. I want
dark rum.
I'm asking Poppa DD for a suggestion, if it can.
I suggest something called, it's called the Kabase Exclusive. It's spelled F.
Exclusive.
Exclusive is usually spelled F-I-V-E. This is spelled F-I-S-I-F.
Oh, my.
Uh-oh, you had too many?
Well, we have a batch that we have here that was made with the exclusive that Papa's talking about.
All right.
So, happy holidays to everybody. Where's your glass, Papa?
Come on, Papa. All right.
Cheers. Happy holidays to everybody.
All right. Eggnog is delicious.
Absolutely. This is good. It was some work, but it was good.
Mm-hmm. You're right. Look, I'd be asleep by the time I make that.
All right. Well, let's move on to the Kiss It list.
Okay.
Papa, you going to tell everybody what the Kiss It list is?
Come on, Papa.
Okay, well, I'll talk about it. Let's see. The Kiss It list is a list of people's names that we accumulate throughout the week of people who have either just shown their natural behind, who have misbehaved, who have cut up, got on our nerves, etc. And all of those people, like Mr. Trump and all his cronies, we put all of them on our weekly Kiss It list. So that's what the Kiss It list is. And I can start it off tonight with who we have on the Kiss It list.
Okay.
I've got the woman at J.C. Penney's for going off on those 2 Latino shoppers.
All right.
I've got the Texas cop that arrested that mom and daughter after they called the police to come and help them for the man that grabbed her son, 7-year-old son.
Okay.
Also, I've got people that sleep over in IKEA.
Okay.
And stupid enough to record it.
I know.
All of them, they're on the Kiss It list.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Carl Palladino, that's that guy in New York, for making those racist remarks about Michelle Obama.
Mm-hmm.
I've got Grayson Allen, the basketball player, for tripping other players.
Mm-hmm.
And then having a tizzy when they finally pulled him out of the game.
He got some issues.
Yeah, he's got problems.
He's shooting the steroids.
Also, the coach of Duke basketball team.
Mm-hmm.
Shashevsky.
Yep.
Yeah, him.
Back in that shit.
And his toupee. Papa said put the toupee on the list.
Yep.
Also, Feelin' Moonsong. That's the guy that wanted to wear the goat horns to get his driver's license.
And took it all the way to the state Supreme Court.
Yeah. He's appealing it all the way up to almost to the Supreme Court.
And he won. But if that's what you like, I love it.
Yeah, he won.
He won?
Yeah, he won.
Yeah.
He got his driver's license with those dumb horns on his head. Also, the burglar who was dressed up in a Santa outfit in Memphis and robbed a credit union, got him on the kiss it list. I already said the people that sleep over in IKEA. Anybody else? We got Donald Trump and everybody in his cabinet.
Oh boy. A lot of people.
Is there anybody else?
Yeah, the new intern for the mistakes they made.
Oh boy.
They
gotta have some mercy.
Gotta have some mercy on the new intern.
Tell the new intern to stop being a clicker.
Okay, we'll do that.
Okay.
Do you have any other names to put on the kiss it list?
Yeah, the intern.
Okay.
The intern is the clicker.
Also, the stores that still have retail employees working on that on-call situation.
Yeah.
You have to call in and find out if you have to come into work. That's some bull crap.
It does.
Stop that.
That just messes up your day.
Yeah.
Not only that, but it gives the job the opportunity to dictate their payroll.
That's true.
We got 8,000 in payroll. How much reach in payroll? You reach 6,000 in payroll. Now you don't want to pay anymore. So you no, don't come in today. Come in Friday, and it's Monday. You tell somebody
you
don't
can't
come
govern
in.
your life like that.
You tell somebody come in
all
Friday.
of those stores, they're on the kiss it list. Is anybody else? Is that everybody this week?
Yeah, Ketel and Redwine.
Don't even try it. All right, we got something just for them. All right, give it to them.
All right.
Kiss my entire ass. Kiss my Irish ass. You better kiss my Irish ass. This world can kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. You can just kiss my ass. Baby, you can just kiss my ass. Oh. You can kiss my country ass. I said if you got a problem with any of that, you can kiss my natural born redneck to the bone, ever-loving country ass. That's right.
Welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine. And we got an intern, and I think we're going to tell. I think we'll tell the intern that she didn't pass the background check. Because I don't think.
You will let them go, Papa.
I don't think she's going to get the job.
Boy.
So
They were doing the best they could.
Instead of us telling her that she did a lousy job on the monitor and the screen tonight, we'll just tell her she didn't pass the background check. And that should let her think, damn, what the
You know, it's hard out here for a pimp.
It sure is.
She gonna say at 16 years old, what did I do wrong? What did I do at 16?
But let's move on to the last word.
What's your last word, Papa?
You know, my last word is, like I said earlier, you know, when you go out every day, especially if you're a person of color, do yourself a favor. Give yourself plenty of time to do what you got to do. Don't go out in a rush or anything like that, because there's people that's more aggressive than you are. If somebody's in a store in front of you, let them, just say to them, I'm in no rush. Go ahead, you can go in front of me. I'm in no rush. You can go in front of me. Do that. Practice that. Because people are crazy nowadays. Cut your damn throat. They're jumping in line in front of you. They're crazy-ass woman I mean, you know, who knows? And she's telling her, you know, I'm glad they stopped it and banned her, because those two Spanish women would probably whooped her fat ass. But anyway, that's a whole other story. Anyway, you know, happy holidays, everybody. The day before Christmas Eve, you know, this is a holiday for the children and for anybody that remembers it's better to give than receive. And let yourself be free. May God bless everybody with good health and prosperity in the new year. And continue listening to the Pajama Party.
All right. Well, my last word is tomorrow is not promised. Yours could have been today. Don't live for tomorrow. Whatever it is you think you've been put here to do, you need to get going. Get it cracking. Do it. Don't worry about how and when, why. Just do it. If you feel like that was the gift you were given to do, do it. Tomorrow is not promised.
Do it to
Thanks for hey, come on and do it. Don't start. Don't start now, Ketel. So I'm just saying that, you know, let's just, you know, don't keep planning for living your life for one of these days. Here's the clue. One of these days is not a day of the week. You got Monday through Sunday. There's no such day of the week called one of these days. So stop planning for one of these days. Get it done. Do it. If it fails, try again. There's always the next time. But don't keep on putting it off, because tomorrow's not promised. Thanks for hanging out. Happy holidays. And we'll see you next Friday. Over to you, Ketel.
My last word is my usual. Thanks to our old listeners, new listeners, and future listeners. Big shout out to our parent company, DC Homegrown. Check us out on DCHomegrown.com. They keep the lights on. I want to give a special shout out to everybody that's out there that's listening. Every week, you guys stay in tune with us. Also, the holidays. Holidays is very special for some and melancholy for others. To me, it's kind of both. I lost my sister around this time, but I know she's watching over me, so we're going to keep it moving on. All right. I'm going to dedicate this show, if you guys don't mind, to Dr. Cynthia Worsley. All right. I'm out. This is Ketel.
And Poppa DD. Are you saying good night, Papa?
Good night. And I agree with those sentiments of Dr. Worsley, my dentist, my friend. I miss her. Yes. Happy holidays, everyone.
Yeah. We miss you, Dr. C, and this one's for you.
All right.
Bonsoir. Au revoir.
We're out.
Say good night, Papa.
Good night.
Say good night, Ketel.
Good night.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
Is it all over, Rock?
I guess so. I bid you farewell, arrivederci, sayonara, and all that sort of jazz.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, good night.
Yabiko. Sana.
I regret to announce this is the end. I'm going now.
Good night, and good luck.
Was it as good for you as it was for me?
Now give me a kiss and say good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for attending our show, and good night.
Pajama Party, growing that day, throwing a party. Pajama Party Crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. Pajama Party, growing that day, throwing a party. Pajama Party Crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. Pajama Party, growing that day, throwing a party. Pajama Party Crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. Pajama Party.